Hey now, welcome to Lone Star Mini Restoration Heelboard Removal Part 2. Right off the bat, I just want to say I've had a few new subscribers recently. If you've tuned in, thank you. I hope you find this interesting, if nothing less, maybe entertaining. There's some great guys out there, doing YouTube restorations and how-tos that have a world of experience, and they're guys that I'm learning from. I'm the novice, but it's good. In my way, I'm kind of hoping that, if I can show that I can do this, then anybody can tackle these jobs. Right now, I'm at the point of removing my heel board. So, welcome, and thanks for joining in. All right, so last night, I started part 2 last night. I started to remove the heel board, and I've done a pretty crappy job. I'm really disappointed in myself. I watched a video, Mr. Kevin with Gentleman's Motor Racing Team, and when he cleaned up the perimeter around the new roof that he just put on his Mini, he did such a beautiful job. I mean, he made it look so easy. He made the metal so thin that he just took some pliers and he peeled it up. And I'm thinking, all right, I want to develop my skill. On the flip side, the new spot weld drill bits that I've ordered, they're not in yet. And so, I'm first world problem. I'm used to the 1-day delivery or the 2-day delivery, and these bits are taking a week. My gosh, really? First world problem. So I didn't want to use the other spot weld drill bit, so I thought, all right, I'm going to finesse. I'm going to develop my skill a little bit more on grinding out spot welds. Well, it didn't go so well. In fact, the spot welds that I grinded out the other day were far better than what I did last night. And I'm kind of disgusted with myself. But I'm going to show you that. I've left a few. I finally quit around midnight last night. And I just said, all right, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go inside. Maybe tomorrow I'll have a little bit better success. But I did 3/4 of it last night. And I put some holes in the bench seat. Like, dadgummit. So I'll show you, first of all, I'll show you the crap, right? The really bad looking job. Now, it may not be as bad once it gets removed. Right now, it looks pretty bad. Yeah. But then I'll finish it off. I've got to figure out how to get to the welds inside the companion bin area. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. I may have to try. I know I'll probably have to use a spot welder. The other bit that I have, I'll probably have to use that. No questions asked. You know what? I'm a goofball. I think I can get to it from the other side. Yeah, I can do that. But anyhow, so for the new subscribers, thank you for joining in. For everybody else that still finds it entertaining, thank you guys. I'm getting a lot of tips. All of you. Dan Harding's giving great tips. Of course, Dave Jaggs always offers good info. Sean C., Kevin, all you guys are pretty awesome. Absolutely awesome. So thank you. Thank you for all the tips. All right. I'm going to get busy. Okay, so when I started removing the spot welds down here on the flange of the heel board, I did a pretty bad job. And here you can see a hole that goes right through the dadgum bench seat. I thought, dadgummit. And in here, it looks nice and clean right in here. And that's because there weren't any spot welds, so I can't claim credit for that. But then, I thought, okay, I'm going to get better. I'm going to start moving up, and I start moving up. And you can see this looks pretty gnarly, right? Right now, it's not horrible. It looks pretty gnarly only because, once I got the spot weld up, I bent all the flanges back. But all in here, here's another hole that's in the bench seat itself. Here's a horrible hole right in there. But as you go up, you can see my work, and yeah, it's not the prettiest. Here's another big hole right in here, and now I'm going up, and this is where I stopped last night. I don't know if I was tired. I don't know what it was, but I just decided to stop, and so I'm going to finish this up today, right in here, and then up here inside the companion bin, where the companion bin mounts to the Heelboard, I've got to remove these. So, but you know what? I can probably remove them from this side. I can use the spot weld drill bit, and yeah, I can probably find them in here, and I'll drill it out because I don't care if I create a hole in this. That's what I'll do. I'll remove these guys from this side, and then I don't know. I don't know if there's a connection here or not. I'll have to figure that out right there. But that's the plan. Getting rid of this guy today. It does look pretty bad right now. And I'll really assess how bad it is once I get this sucker out. But, all right, so I'm going to crack on. I am going to change my plan. Rather than grinding these out, I'm going to try to use the spot welder, the one that I have. You know, I figure maybe even a nice clean hole is better than all this crap down there. I had to stop to show my progress. Literally in the last 10, maybe 15 minutes, I did 7 spot welds. And of the 7, I only popped one hole, and that's this guy right there. You can see this guy right there. I popped the hole all the way through. However, with that said, all these others, I actually did quite well. You can see there's still some, I'll have to grind down on the inside. I'll have to grind down the metal, but that's okay because when the heel board's removed, that'll be easy to do. But as a whole, you can see my job here was far better going that route than down here using the grinder. Horrible job, much better job. Okay, so these spot welds here on the Heelboard going into the flange of the companion bin, they were fairly painless, and I did a fairly good job of getting those out without boogering up the flange on the companion bin. So that is a job done. The only thing remaining up here, there was no attachment up here. The only thing remaining are the spot welds at the top of the Heelboard going into the boot floor. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 spot welds. However, since this is nothing but a nasty patch job anyways, I'm going to repair or fix all this. So right now, just to save me the aggravation of trying to get in here with the spot weld tool bit and the drill head, I'm just going to cut this out. I mean, all this has to be replaced anyways, so I'm going to cut that off right there, and then that'll free up this side of the Heelboard. Then I go to the other side. On the left-hand side of the car, you can see here, I had removed, there were only 2 spot welds attaching the heel board to the companion bin. So those are now gone. The companion bin is kind of messed up anyways, but the flange is pretty much intact. But all this just looks kind of rough. Yeah. Anyhow, the only thing now holding the heel board on is this flange right here. It's spot welded to this boot floor. Now, because this looks like a patch job, I'll probably be repairing this anyways. So at first I thought I was going to cut this out, but I'm not. I'm going to cut this ugly flange off the heel board first. And then that way, that'll give me better access to these spot welds down here. I can't see them now, but I'll grind away and I'll figure out where they're at. And I'll take those out. And even though I'll probably remove this anyways, I'll leave it for now. Yeah, so that's the plan of attack. Get rid of this, and then the heel board will come off. All right, so I am at the point where all the spot welds are removed. Most of the sealant is out. I think the sealant is really the only thing that's holding the heel board in. So now, for lack of a better way, because I'm not salvaging this heel board, I'm going to beat this sucker into submission and take it out. I've already knocked the right-hand side loose. Now I'm going to knock the rest of it loose. I don't know, there may be some metal Klingon somewhere in there that I have to cut out, but I'm going to start knocking it around. Okay, well, that actually came out much easier than I thought. I thought I was really going to have to bang the heck out of it. But as you saw, that was it. That was it. So it's out. It's a bit gnarly and bent and shaped, but I'll show you what the floor looks like now before I clean it up. Starting on the left-hand side of the car, of course, I knew I was going to have to replace this quarter panel anyways. But you can see all this was rusted out, so I plan on replacing all this. But the Heelboard, as I come up, you can see my pretty bad grind away job, and see these holes. Look at that hole there. Not horrible. I mean, like not horrible in here, not at all, really. All right, it's not absolutely horrible, but another hole there. Um, this is some remnants. I still have to grind that down a little, so that's not bad. But look, got a hole there. Go on up. It actually gets better at the top where I decided to do the spot welds. So this is all much better. But then, I mean, that all that was there, all that hole and crap that was there. So that's repair. So here it is. The heel board is out. Oh, here's the heel board. So she's out. So now the floor and the heel board are out. So I'll flip the car over and I'll show you the inside, like what the top of the bench looks like. I haven't seen it myself, so I'm curious how bad it looks. You know, I guess it's not horrible. Kind of is, but isn't. That side's the worst, I think. Then you come over here, and yeah, it's repairable. I guess I'm going to wrap this one up. I am going to clean up. I'm going to grind down the areas that can be ground down. Just kind of clean up the bench a little bit and look it over. But I'm going to consider this episode a wrap. Heelboard is now gone. So the next step will be to kind of rough fit check the new heelboard and the floor. I'll put the floor in first and then see if I can't slide the heelboard in into place and maybe even put the subframe on. But all right, that wasn't horrible. Although, man, I've got to get a better skill level. You know, watch more of you guys out there and you know, how you're doing the job, and then develop my own skill. All right, thank you for watching Lone Star Mini Restoration. Bye just now.